today is just one of those days where I need a little softness. Sometimes we need to not challenge ourselves, rather bring it back to center and really nurture and care for ourselves. And this is one of those days. So we're going to be doing a nurturing workout today. Maybe not all of you know that Pilates is actually an amazing practice for spinal health, for correcting posture, maintaining posture, or even prevent and treat certain back conditions. So it's an incredible practice for your spine, and this is one of those days where I feel like it's a perfect moment. Let's take care of our spine. Let's take care of our back. Let's ensure we're not only climbing through life, let's also ensure that we are taking care of ourselves during this journey. And we'll be working the abs. We'll be playing a bit with the spine. We'll be juicing the spine up, but also ensuring that it maintains its integrity. So these exercises is just, I sometimes do them in bed. I like to keep them as part of my everyday practice. So do sprinkle this in and give yourself some love now and then. All right. We'll be starting seated on our mat. I'm just going to get the music going. And maybe today wear some socks because it just feels more comforting, right? All right. We'll be stretching out our legs, flexing the feet, and folding forward. Now, this is not about reaching forward. We're going to be curving into our spine, so creating more space between the vertebrae and just curving it into a C shape. And maybe you come down when doing that, but also feel free to stay up here and just focus on curving that spine and breathe here in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe the heels of the feet push forward, so you're flexing the feet a little bit more, feeling that stretch through the back of your legs. Now C-shape that spine. Good job. From here, we're going to be rolling back. Just going to ensure I have space behind me. All the way down, reaching the hands behind your head and coming up. If you can, keep your legs straight. Do that. Otherwise, you can bend the legs as you come up. Looks like this. And fold over. So take whatever variation feels really nice and juicy for you today. Breathing in. not about being strict about yourself. It's about being curious. What feels good? What feels maybe more sticky and not good? To what place the movement is bringing your mind? What feels supportive? And where does it feel like you're pushing yourself too much? Beautiful. Coming up again. Now, this next practice, if you are feeling a bit stiff in your neck, or maybe even having some problems with the neck, then I suggest that you will take the variation. We will be rolling back. I'm going to start with a full expression, and you can follow along from there. So right here, we're going to be bringing the hands onto the side of our hips, bringing the arms down as you roll up, and bring the feet behind you. Now, before you start, we're going to be tucking the chin towards the chest. Don't be looking at the screen, all right? So when you're doing this, don't be looking at the screen. Instead, watch my instructions and do it after. Tuck your chest. Gaze is in front of you. Roll over. And you can stay whatever feels good for you today. Maybe it feels better with the leg bended. And if you would like to take the variation with some issues with your neck, or have a very stiff neck, I would just suggest that you roll back like so, and don't bring the legs up and over, and forward. Stretch. Okay, let's try that way. So up and over, coming into that C shape. All right, let's do it. Maybe close the eyes and get into your body, breath, mind, soul. Point the toes. Engage the abs. No pressure on the neck. Lift up through the abs and over. One more. Up and over. So crossing the legs, coming up and over into all fours. Breathe here, coming into a cat with your back. So back to that C spine, up towards the ceiling. Shifting back into a child's pose. From here, we're gonna let's say snake ourselves forward. So we're following the floor, so we're snaking ourselves along the floor. So coming into a slight back bend with your back, pushing up into a cow position. Now coming to cat, child's pose, and sneaking yourself forward. Lift through the armpits and push yourself up. And shift. Breathe out. Now, as always, as we practice, notice the flow in the transition. So rather this being from movement to movement, can you make it one? Breath is on. One more. Coming up to that cow and neutral spine. So we're going to be ending with neutralizing the spine here, coming into plank. So hands are underneath your shoulders, onto the tip of your feet. Shift the heels forward and shift the heels back. Really power up through the arms. Back and forth. Breathe. Navel to spine. It knocked me off my feet. I thought I saw a spark in your eyes. 2. Last one. Onto your knees. Come sit. Tall spine, shoulders back. Hands on your knees and breathe. Take a moment to digest. Just allowing whatever wants to come through to move through. Knuckle your fingers behind the back and just stretch the shoulders. So push your fisted fingers up towards the ceiling. Open the chest and breathe. Hands together. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.